Folks, we're awaiting the arrival of the Executive Vice President of No Limits Wrestling, Triple H, to take the floor and answer questions in this exclusive press conference. But before we hear from the game, want to let you know that the NLW 24/7 series comes your way on Wednesday, March 31st, with the biggest match ever. 60 men, 3 rings, 1 winner. NLW 24/7 presents the World War III Battle Royal. 3 rings, over the top rope rules, last man standing gets an NLW 24/7 title match. The champion, The Undertaker, will also be in the match. If he wins, who knows who'll be next to challenge. One thing is for sure though, it will be a hell of a match, and that comes your way next Wednesday, March 31st. Now, I've got that announcement out of the way, let's go to Triple H standing by.
Thank you all for coming here today. As the Executive Vice President of NLW, I want to be as transparent as possible with the media here today, as well as the NLW fans watching at home. Before we begin, I just want to say the medal last week was fantastic. Jon Moxley versus Drew McIntyre was a great main event, and I'd encourage anyone who hasn't seen it to go and watch. We got a big night of action planned this Saturday also on NLW episode 92, the Super X Cup final between pacc and Mustafa Ali, Ricochet versus Hiromu Takahashi, the return to action of Pentagon Jr. against Chris Jericho, and the new commissioner will also address the fans. Now I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Yes, if I could ask the first question, if I may, what made you come to the decision to fire Stone Cold Steve Austin from his role as the commissioner of NLW?
Well, believe me, this is not a decision I wanted to make. However, I warned Steve back in January that he was on a probationary period, in which time I would assess whether or not he was fit for the office of commissioner. And I came to the decision that he was not. No matter how good the show has been under his rule, personal vendettas and biases have no place in professional wrestling. And I know that Stone Cold and the Undisputed Era, particularly Adam Cole, have been warring recently, and I tried to give Stone Cold the benefit of the doubt. But he continuously provoked the Undisputed Era, and I have to credit Adam Cole for showing incredible restraint over the past few months. Stone Cold, on the other hand, has repeatedly attacked members of the roster for raising what are valid concerns. He's destroyed Adam Cole's personal vehicle, which the company had to pay for, and then last week, after I removed Mr. Austin from his duties, he destroyed a very expensive LED stage piece. So, all I have to say about my decision is there's only so much leeway I'm gonna give you if you try and push me.
Well, who will be replacing Stone Cold this Saturday on NLW episode 92?
Well, you will find out along with the rest of the world this Saturday on NLW. I'm not going to reveal right now who the new NLW commissioner is, but I can say I've known them for a very long time. Perhaps he can rub people up the wrong way, but I have no doubt that he'll keep his composure under pressure, unlike Stone Cold. And believe me, if Austin tries to mess with the new guy, all I'm going to say is the new commissioner can handle themselves.
And can we talk about metal as well? The commissioner on that brand is also under a probationary period. Have you come to a decision on his future?
Well, I think it's well documented that me and the commissioner on metal have a storied past. After all, he orchestrated a hit-and-run attack on me several years ago. And whilst perhaps someone like Stone Cold would hold some sort of grudge, me on the other hand, I know what's best for business. But even aside from the checkered past we have, I'm going to look at the results, and what I see on metal is chaos, is anarchy. You've got a very talented group of guys over there. You got the likes of Jon Moxley, middleweight champion Tetsuya Naito, Edge, McIntyre, a lot of hungry talent. But I've seen the way that the commissioner is treated. Tetsuya Naito spat in his face. Samoa Joe is suddenly able to come back to work after his suspension, despite clearly not learning his lesson. Again, it goes back to the Stone Cold situation. I don't think that the commissioner is good under pressure. I think he crumbles. When I put him in the hospital, after I beat him, bloodied him up years ago, I think I beat the last bit of ruthlessness out of that guy. And you know what? He doesn't impress me, no. Metal Ungovernable is coming up. It's set to be one of the biggest pay-per-views this company's ever produced. And if that doesn't deliver, not only will the commissioner be on the chopping block, but maybe the show will be too.
Excuse me, Mr. Triple H, are you saying that you're considering cancelling metal?
I'm not saying anything just yet. I'm simply stating that all the options are on the table right now. I keep out of the matchmaking, the grudges. I'm simply looking at this company from a business point of view as the executive vice president. And I hate to say it, but Metal doesn't bring in the same amount of viewers that NLW does, and while the action is some of the best in the world, I've already said too much. All I'm saying is we're weighing up our options.
Well, if you could elaborate further, talking about Metal and NLW, could you maybe discuss what plans are for NLW's new show on NLW Figs, Turbo?
Well, Turbo, I think, is a fantastic opportunity to show off some underutilized talent in this company, as well as introduce the fans to some new independent talents that we're looking to scout. Of course, the only place to watch this show is on NLW Figs, the second channel, so I would encourage everyone, click the link in the description to NLW Figs, as we're getting very close to hitting 1,000 subscribers there. And if you subscribe, you'll get to see the next episode of Turbo this Tuesday, because we've got some of the top women's wrestlers in the world coming over from Japan. We've got Riho, she's going to be wrestling. We've also got Kenny Omega in the main event against Buddy Murphy, set to be a fantastic card. And we're also going to be trying a very new filming technique, which we hope will push NLW forward, presentation-wise. It is still in its early stages, the cameras we're using, but we're hoping it's sharper, it captures the action in a more dynamic way. As I said, go and watch Turbo this Tuesday, have a look at the new cameras, and just know that the best is yet to come, and we're going to have a new presentation locked down going forward, starting Tuesday.
Yes, with NLW episode 100 coming up, have you got anything lined up?
Well, the only plan right now is that it's going to be a historic show. Obviously, with a few months out still. However, I'm making phone calls, organizing some deals, and like I said, it's going to be one of the most historic shows in this company's history, and it will change the landscape of No Limits Wrestling, mark my words. And yes, sir, I have a question. How uncomfortable must it be to stand up there with a stick up your ass? And how is that affecting your decision-making skills because you made the biggest mistake of your life, firing Stone Cold Steve Austin? How the hell did you get in here? Hey, I still got my pass. I may not be the commissioner anymore, but I'm still under contract, and I have a right to be here. Tell me to my face, Triple H, why did you fire me, Hunter? Why? Steve, it's not anything personal, but you're in a position of authority, at least you were, and you can't be stunning your employees, and you can't be destroying company property. I gave you a chance, Steve. You proved me right. That's why I fired you. But I will invite you to NLW this Saturday, and you, along with the rest of the fans, can find out who the new NLW commissioner is. This press conference is over. It ain't over till I say it's over. Whoever this new guy is, he ain't half the commissioner that I am. And Adam Cole, it ain't over you, boy. I have nothing left to lose, and your ass belongs to Stone Cold. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.